Hey there, how's it going? It's Luke here, and welcome back to my Source Filmmaker Basics series, where I do bite-sized tutorials on how to use Source Filmmaker. In the last episode, we looked at how to load in maps, which are basically environments, and in today's episode, we are going to look at how to load in. For goodness, I can't talk. We are going to look at how to add 3D models, and what I mean by 3D models are whether you're adding in a prop or a character, those are 3D models. We're also going to look at how to move the 3D models as well. We won't quite look at positioning them, but we will do that in the next episode. Let's get right into it. So anytime you want to add in anything into Source Filmmaker, you would do so with this little plus button here. If you left click on this plus button, then we have quite a few options. We have camera, lights, things like that. But what we are going to be looking at today is create animation set for a new model. So I'm going to left click on that, and it comes up with this screen. For those of you who have loaded in a map, it might look quite similar to this screen. You should see a lot more results on your end. I'm only seeing a Yeti because I've typed in a Yeti, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And yeah, we have a lot of options, as you can tell. We're seeing like an ambulance here. We have a ball bot, which I think is like from Portal 2. On your end, you should be seeing things for Half-Life 2. There might be Team Fortress stuff as well. But later on, we will look at how to add in other things as well, like Portal 2 and workshop add-ons that people have made of video game characters, maps, etc. So let's say you wanted to add in a human. How would you do that? Well, Half-Life labels its humans through either male or female. So if you type in the search bar male, then it will give you all the male characters. And it will also show the female characters as well, because it has phi next to male. So male, female. If you just wanted a female, then of course you type in female, and it would give you all of the okay, I'm seeing a lot of let me just filter it for Half-Life real quick. Okay, yeah, then you should see all of the female characters here as well. So yeah, just add in whichever character looks good, basically. For those who want a reference, I'm going to be using Group 1 Male 2. And when you click on the model, then it should appear in this little preview screen over here. If you like left click and hold, you can rotate around him. If you right click and hold and like move your mouse upwards, it will zoom in. Move it downwards, it will zoom out. If you want to look at him but don't want it to rotate, you can left click. You can hold down shift and left click, and it should just like pan the camera around. So yeah, it's just so you can get a good view on the model before adding it in. And yeah, once you've chosen the model that you like, just left click on them, and we are going to then hit open. And now they should spawn right in front of the camera here. So yes, we have this character in. Like I said, I'm not going to look specifically at how to position a model exactly. That might be for the next episode, or it might be for a few episodes down the line. I haven't decided yet. But I will show you how to at least move them so they're not just floating. And if you want to, you can set up like a very basic little scene. So down here, underneath where it says timeline, we have a few things. We are currently in the clip editor. And I won't go too much into what these do for now, but the clip editor is basically where you organize your project. So everything that's happening is on this clip here called shot 1. And shot 1 is highlighted in yellow. If I went ahead and like made another shot, and if I made shot 2 and left clicked on that, shot 2 is yellow, but shot 1 isn't, basically. So if I did something on shot 2, for example, if I moved this character, let's say, then that wouldn't change anything on shot 1. So I thought I'd just quickly mention that. And by the way, in order to undo changes, you can hold down Control and tap Z. So as you saw, I made shot 2 and made a little bit of an adjustment. But if I wanted to undo that, I'll hold down Control and tap Z. And just keep on doing that until I'm back to shot 1. You can also do undo by going to edit at the top and then hitting undo. If you wanted to redo something, you can hold down Control, Shift, and then tap Z until you've redone it as much times as you want to. And you can also do the same with Edit as well. So redo, redo. It also tells you what you're redoing here as well. Same goes for undoing. So that's pretty useful to know. But yeah, just a bit of a quick tangent there on what the clip editor is. If we go back down here to where it says timeline, we have 3 separate squares. So the square we're currently in is the clip editor. The square next to it is the motion editor. And the square next to that is the graph editor. So the motion editor is what I mostly use to position a character before I start animating. If I was just making a picture, then I'll mostly use the motion editor only. And that's basically what you do. You can technically make animations in the motion editor as well. I rarely do that, but there are situations where you might want to. We'll get into that later on. And then finally, we had the graph editor, which is where you do most of your animating. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly cover those. But what we're going to do is that we're going to go into the motion editor. And if you hold down the control button, you see this little skeleton almost that's throughout the model you've loaded in. So what this is it's something called a rig. What a rig does is that it allows the character to move. So we have like a rig arm bone here, for instance, that allows it to like move. We have a rig head bone that allows it to move. Things like that basically, and you can play with it around a little bit if you want to, but I will look at this in more depth when we look at how to do basic positions in Source Filmmaker. What I want to focus in on for now is the root transform bone. So if you hold down Control and hover your mouse over the bone that's usually in between the character's feet, you'll see something called root transform. And if you're struggling to find root transform, then you can also find it over here in the animation set editor as well. So every time you add something, like a light, like a model, whatever it is, it will appear in the animation set editor. So over here we have Mayor 1, and if we left click on the little plus button here, then it shows all the little sections that the model has. You have the face section, the body section, you know, basically all these sections, and the unknown section are just parts of the rig that they didn't really know which section to put it in, I guess, so they just put it in the unknown section, the miscellaneous part, if you like. What we're going to be focusing on today is the body section, and you can also find the root transform bone there as well. More often than not, the root transform bone can be found in the body section. So, regardless how you've selected root transform, what you're going to want to do is, while you're in the motion editor, hover your mouse over this little yellow square, left click and hold, and you will now be able to move them around. If you then hold down shift while hovering over a surface, then they will snap to it. And now they are in effect standing there. And you can like decorate it a little bit more as well if you wanted to. So if you wanted to add like a props, like some props, let's say a radio, then you can like add that in perhaps, and you can do it much the same way. So let's see, where's the root transform bone gone? Let's see, so I'm going to expand it, go into body, and there's root transform. Sometimes you might be able to simply just for now select the whole model and they move it much the same way. It's the funny thing, when I do this in motion editor with characters, it seems to be okay, but if I do it in the graph editor with characters, it seems to go all over the place. So I'm not quite sure why that is, but it always just made me want to stick to root transform, if that makes sense. Anyways, regardless how you do it, you can like move items, 3D models, basically. Yeah, you can see this is like clipping through the floor a little bit, so we can just drag it up slightly ourselves, and yeah, now we have a dude with a radio. Of course, if you want to go ahead and mess around with some of the bones, with like rotating it and things like that, you can, but don't worry about that too much for now. Again, we will cover positioning and things in a tutorial that's more directed at positioning characters and things. But yeah, that's pretty much all for now. Thank you for watching. It's Luke here, and in the next episode we might be looking at how to position a character. So yeah, I'll be back with more videos coming soon. Goodbye all.